Hello and welcome back to IELTS Writing Lab video shorts. So I'm here just to speak to you in a couple of minutes roughly, do my best on the difference between your thesis statement and your outline statement. So it's kind of, your introduction with each of your essay types for the IELTS writing exam. So I hope this helps. So I wanted to address this because I think there's some confusion around it with specifically what these both mean and what you have to do as a result of using these in your essay. So the first thing is that, let me just move myself here again. Okay, so your thesis statement. Your thesis statement really is just about what your main ideas are for your essay. So it's kind of what's going to form your two main paragraphs. And your thesis statement should reflect the number of ideas in the question. So depending on what is in the question, your ideas should then reflect what is written in the question. So let's say we've got this question here, which you can see and read for yourself. And then your thesis statement could be something like this. The issues around congestion could be solved by increasing pedestrianised zones where cars are banned, along with improved public transport routes. So as we can see, this fits in with the question because it responds to the two ideas that you need. And it gives these solutions, which answers the part about what measures could be taken to solve this problem. So as you can see, your thesis statement here outlines, okay, I'm going to talk about the use of pedestrianised zones and improved public transport. So those are my two ideas I'm going to take through. Those are my two main ideas I'm going to carry through, which will be my main paragraph, my main paragraphs in my essay. And that's how I know it's my thesis, because those are my main ideas. So that's the kind of easiest way to think about it. So let's move on and compare to your outline statement. So your outline statement is where you can use a sentence to set up the rest of your essay. So if it's an opinion question, then you have to have an outline sentence, quite important. If it's another of the 4 essay types, you don't necessarily need one, but I think just for practice and for the sake of coherency and cohesion, which are part of your marks that you get, I think it's important just to use it as part of your practice, because it definitely won't add any, harm or anything like that to your essay. If anything, it's just good practice. So again, your outline is where you kind of set up the rest of your essay. So you've already said what your main two ideas are, so you're not repeating that. Instead, you use sentences like the list below. So you're going to kind of dictate what your position is, and it's almost like a verb if you think about it in that sense, the outline statement. You set up what you are then going to do after having explained your two ideas. So you could use any of these, and these link to the different types of essays that you have. And obviously feel free to pause this video at any point and look at the content on the slides. So here's a question sample. It's the same one that I used before, and this time I've kind of broken it down into the paraphrase section, the thesis, and your outline, where you can spot the difference and see how you can respond to the question as well. So we paraphrased it. It's not the same, but it retains the same idea. We've got the thesis, which is what I read out before, and your outline, as you can see. So we'll put them together here. So you've got the issues surrounding congestion problems could be solved by increasing pedestrianised zones where cars are banned, along with improved public transport routes. This essay will discuss how car-free zones and better public transport can help to relieve pressure from road congestion problems. So it just sets up what you're going to do next. And what I thought would be useful, just our summary here. So to summarise, the difference between your thesis and your outline sentences are, I think sometimes it's good to have kind of terms that apply to different tasks within IELTS practice so that you can have a really clear, organised layout in your mind. So for me, this works, and hopefully it does for you. Think of your thesis statement as your idea indicators. You are providing your typically two ideas to show that you're responding to the question. Think of your outline statement as your action indicator. You are telling the reader how you are going to handle the question based on the type of question it is. So the thesis is your idea indicator and your outline is your action indicator. So hopefully those terms provide some clarity and make it clearer. So to sum up, it is ultimately your idea versus action. So idea being your thesis and action being your outline. So those are the two different purposes that they serve. So perhaps try to think of it in those terms. And as always, I hope that this helped, and I will see you again soon for another video breakdown on a particular